In New York, for the subway, for a monthly pass, it's between $124 and $130, $124 to $130 per month for the subway. And during this past year, many of us were not riding on the subway, and that $124 or $130 could have been, or could be, or did become an investment stream of money, because normally you wouldn't be able to cut out the subway because you're always going to be on the subway. So that money was already being spent. So then while you've not been using the subway or your car, you can actually take that money and automatically invest it. Hello. Hi. There was a beautiful puppy. You probably couldn't see it because it was on the ground. But that $124 invested over a year's time with things like Stash or Robinhood. I know Robinhood has had a lot of controversy due to the GameStop issue, but there are others. There are other platforms. There's Acorns, there's Stash, there's Ellevest. There's quite a few other platforms that basically help you automatically invest with some money that you have. And I've been talking to different people about this investing, it's really phenomenal what has happened in the past 10 years. It used to be if you wanted to buy Google, then you would need to have that $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever it is now. But now you're able to buy a fractional portion of a stock. So if it's 1,000, you could buy $1 of it, and you can actually be in the game. So you might want to think in your life, let's just say every week you feel the need to buy, let's say, to buy your favorite magazine once a month even. And that's $15.99, because the prices of magazines have skyrocketed if you do not subscribe, right? If you're only going to buy every once in a while. So you're in the line at the grocery store and you spend $15.99 for this magazine that you really like. Well, you could do a couple of things. You could say no to it and invest that $15.99. Or you could ask a family member, like a sister or brother, hey, do you like that magazine? Would you like to get the subscription and we can split it? Because the subscription might be $20 a year, and so you pay $10 and she pays $10. And then the amount that you would have paid at a newsstand or a grocery store, you take that amount and you invest it. And even if you invested only $15 a month, the cost of that one magazine, you would see that $15 is going to grow. And a lot of times people have fear around investing. But let me ask you a question. The last time you went to DSW and you bought a pair of sneakers, name the first 5 brands that come to your mind, right? And if you always choose the same brand that you always love, imagine other people are choosing the same brand that they always love, and then check out their stock price and see how they're doing. Skechers, for example, has really made a huge growth in sneakers. They're very comfortable. They come in all different styles, and they have a shoe for everything. So if you love Skechers, then check out the stock price. And then on Stash or Robinhood or Acorns or Ellevest or any of these other platforms, you could buy $1 a month of Skechers, knowing that it's a brand that you believe in and knowing that it is growing as a company. Currently, Crocs, oh my gosh, Crocs is really exploding with its stock price. And my personal opinion, not because I know anybody who works at Crocs, but my personal opinion is that Crocs now, people are going to start flooding the beaches. They're going to start going to the beach to be outside. And Crocs tend to be a great shoe at the beach or near the beach or on the boardwalk, because they're easy to wash and they're lightweight. And although I don't have any Crocs, they do have like these little charm kind of things that you stick in the holes, and then you can personalize them. But I've been noticing that Crocs is growing in its stock value. But once again, you may think, Amy, I don't have a job, and I've got 3 kids, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I barely know how to pay my rent. Why in the world would I invest $15 a month outside of my own important things? And Dave Ramsey, he always talks about making sure that you have the 4 walls covered, right? Transportation, food, your house, and I think the 4th thing might be like medical care, but I'm not sure. I always forget the 4th one. So of course you want to have those things protected, but there's an expression, pay yourself first. And every time you get any kind of bill in, you want to make sure that you've set aside to pay money to yourself first, right? To make sure that you're growing your money on the side. So just think about it. Look at your own expenses. Everyone that I know and anyone that I've spoken to who tells me that they don't have enough money or they're very worried about something, I ask them, do you have Netflix? And they say yes. Well, that's approximately $10.99 per month. And then I ask them, do you have Hulu? And they say yes, and that's $15 or something a month. And then I say, do you have HBO, whatever? Yep. Then I ask them, do they have the full-on cable? And they say yes. I'm like, okay. I'm like, do you make your coffees at home? No, I get my coffees outside. Okay. Do you have any subscription boxes? Like, even though they're really cute, do you have any of those? Do you have Etsy, the makeup subscription box, or do you have Birchbox, or do you have FabFitFun, or do you have CauseBox, or do you have any other subscription box? And you might say, well, gosh, I do, right? So I'm riding a bike right now, but if you took out a pen and paper and you wrote Netflix $10.99,